Hello everyone, welcome to Courts Today by Live Law, your one-step destination for the latest and fastest legal updates. I'm your host Urvashi Chauhan, bringing you day-to-day happenings, landmark judgments, crucial rulings and expert insights into the world of law. In a major update for today, the Supreme Court has granted bail to Bharat Rashtriya Samiti leader Kavitha in the money laundering and corruption cases related to the alleged Delhi liquor policy scam. She was arrested in March this year by the Enforcement Directorate and has been under custody since then. The CBI also arrested her while she was in judicial custody in the ED case. A bench comprising Justices B.R. Gavai and K.V. Vishwanathan during the hearing today questioned the fairness of the prosecution agencies and criticized their selective approach in treating some accused as approvers. In the order, the bench noted that the investigation was complete and the charge sheet had been filed in both the CBI and ED cases. Also, the trials in both cases are unlikely to be completed soon since there are about 493 witnesses to be examined and the documentary evidence runs to nearly 50,000 pages. The bench reiterated its observation in the judgment granting bail to Manish Sisodia that the under-trial custody should not be turned into a punishment. The bench further said that proviso to Section 45 subsection 1 of the PMLA entitles a woman to special consideration in matter of bail. The court also disagreed with the observations made by the Delhi High Court that proviso to Section 45 PMLA does not apply to a woman of high status. The court allowed Kavitha's release on furnishing sureties for 10 lakhs each. She was also directed to deposit the passport and that she should not attempt to influence or intimidate the witnesses. The Supreme Court has today stayed a central government notification by which Rule 170 of the Drugs and Cosmetics Rules 1945 was omitted. If you remember, two larger issues had arisen during the hearing of the Patanjali contempt case in April. One of which was related to staying of action under this Rule 170 by the Ministry of Ayush. The background here is that this rule prohibits advertisements of Ayurvedic, Siddha or Unani drugs without approval of the licensing authority. So if anybody published such ads, action could be taken against them. But in August last year, the Ministry of Ayush had sent a letter to licensing authorities of all states and union territories and drug controllers of Ayush, directing them to not take any action under the rule because the Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani Drugs Technical Advisory Board had recommended to remove this provision. In April this year, the Supreme Court sought an explanation from the union regarding this letter issued by the Ayush Ministry. Further, in May, the union had informed the court that it would forthwith withdraw this letter. Today, however, the court found that instead of withdrawing the letter, the centre issued a notification on 1st July 2024 omitting or removing the Rule 170. An affidavit was also filed stating that the same was done in compliance of the court's order. The bench of Justices Hima Kohli and Sandeep Mehta was displeased to note that this notification was in the face of the order passed by this court on 7th May. Additional Solicitor General K.M. Nataraj sought time to clarify the same. Thus, the court ordered that till further orders, the effect of the notification dated 1st July omitting the Rule 170 would stand stayed. The Supreme Court today issued notice to State of Gujarat on former Indian Police Service officer Sanjiv Bhatt's plea, challenging the Gujarat High Court's order which dismissed his challenge against conviction and life imprisonment sentence imposed by the Jamnagar court. The incident relates to death of one Prabhu Das Madhavji Vishnani in November 1990, which was allegedly due to custodial torture. At the time, Bhatt was the Assistant Superintendent of Police Jamnagar, who along with other officers took into custody about 133 persons including Vaishnani for writing during a Bharat Bandh. Vaishnani was kept in custody for 9 days and died 10 days after he was released on bail. As per medical records, the cause of the death was kidney failure. Following his death, an FIR was registered against Bhatt and a few other officers over the allegations of custodial torture. Cognizance of the case was taken by the magistrate in 1995, but the trial remained stayed till 2011 due to a stay by the Gujarat High Court. In 2019, a sessions court sentenced Bhatt and a police constable to life imprisonment in the case after convicting them for murder and voluntarily causing hurt. When appealed, the High Court upheld his conviction and now he has approached the Supreme Court. The bench of Justices Vikram Nath and Prasanna B. Varale, while issuing notice, also tagged the present petition along with the other pleas pending before the top court. Prominent Malayalam actor Dileep is charged in a sexual assault case as a conspirator, allegedly being behind the abduction and sexual assault of an actress in a moving vehicle in the outskirts of Kochi in February 2017. The prime accused in the case is Sunil N.S., also known as Pulsar Suni, who has been in custody for 7 years now. The bench of Justices Abhay S. Oak and Augustine George Massey was considering the bail application of Suni. The Apex Court has been monitoring the progress of the trial in this case, receiving status reports from the trial judge from time to time. Today, it sought information from the state of Kerala regarding number of witnesses remaining to be examined after the counsel for Suni told the bench that the counsel for Dileep has been examining one prosecution witness for the past 95 days. In another update, the Supreme Court has disposed of Enforcement Directorate's challenge against stay on summons issued to Tamil Nadu district collectors in a sand mining money laundering case. While investigating this case, ED had issued summons to district collectors in Tamil Nadu, but the Madras High Court had stayed these summons in November 2023, citing concerns about ED's authority and the investigation's scope. The Supreme Court later suspended the stay, asking the collectors to comply with the summons. According to the Tamil Nadu government, ED's actions exceeded its jurisdiction under the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act. But ED contended that the illegal mining constituted offences under various laws within its jurisdiction. Today, the bench of Justices Bela M. Trivedi and Satish Chandra Sharma closed these proceedings, noting that most of the documents sought by Enforcement Directorate from the district collectors had been supplied and the ones remaining were agreed to be supplied within a week. The bench comprising CJI D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices J.B. Pardewala and Manoj Mishra today heard the issue of non-compliance with the directions of payment of arrears to judicial officers in terms of the Second National Judicial Pay Commission recommendations. The Supreme Court today directed the states and union territories to disburse the funds within 4 weeks from the date of claims raised by judicial officers for clearance of arrears and allowances as per court's earlier directions. Additionally, the bench also issued general directions to resolve any individual grievances raised by the judicial officers regarding their pending dues or allowances. A petition has been filed in the Madras High Court seeking a CBI probe into sexual assault of minor girl students at a fake NCC camp in Krishnagiri district in Tamil Nadu. The matter will be heard by a bench of Acting Chief Justice D. Krishnakumar and Justice P.B. Balaji. This alleged incident came to light after a girl was admitted to the Krishnagiri Government Hospital following pelvic pain. The girl informed that she was raped by the main accused, Sivaraman, who claimed to be a NCC trainer at the camp. But the NCC clarified that the persons involved in the incident were not connected with the NCC and that no NCC camp was conducted in the district. The accused Sivaraman died by suicide last week while under police custody. The petitioner, Advocate A.P. Surya Prakasam, in his petition submitted that the entire investigation being carried out by the state police was a farce and eyewash which was evident from the death of the main accused in their custody. He pleaded that state was expected to conduct a proper investigation to find out all the culprits and ensure proper punishment. He further added that the death of the main accused raises a suspicion and that there was an attempt to close the investigation by shifting the blame on the deceased and filing a final report, thus giving quietus to the issue. The petitioner thus pointed out that if the state police continued the investigation, justice would not be rendered to the girl students who were subjected to sexual brutality by the main accused. Thus, it would be just and proper that the investigation be transferred to Central Bureau of Investigation. As an interim measure, the court has been urged to provide all physical, mental and monetary relief as per the POCSO Act and the Juvenile Justice Act to the affected children without waiting for the final outcome of the case. In another update, the Delhi High Court has observed that mandatory attendance rules for undergraduate and postgraduate courses need to be reconsidered urgently. A division bench of Justice Pratibha M. Singh and Justice Amit Sharma was dealing with a suo motu case concerning the suicide of Sushant Rohila, a student of Amity Law School, Delhi in 2016. His friend had written a letter to the then CGI alleging that Rohila was subjected to harassment by the college and some faculty members for maintaining low attendance and was forced to repeat an entire academic year. The bench said that it intended to form a committee to study various factors and to place a report as to what uniform practices could be evolved in respect of attendance requirements. The bench further added that the issue of mandatory attendance is a cause for concern in the younger generation who perceive the same in a completely different manner than what was traditionally thought. It added that mental health of students, which is also affected due to the mandatory attendance norms, must be borne in mind while reconsidering attendance requirements. The court has issued notice to All India Council for Technical Education, National Medical Commission and the Union Government for making submissions on the issue. The matter will now be heard on 9th September. Stay tuned. Actress Kangana Ranaut's film titled Emergency is slated for release on 6th September. Kangana plays the role of former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and the film explores the political and social upheaval of emergency period in India, which lasted from 1975 to 1977. A public interest litigation has been filed before the Punjab and Haryana High Court seeking ban on public release of this movie. The plea filed by two baptized Sikhs claiming to be social workers alleges that the trailer depicts erroneous historical facts and it is apparent that the movie promotes hatred towards the Sikh community and enmity among Hindus and Sikhs. It is argued that the released excerpt of the film deliberately misrepresents the character of Sikhs and creates an anti-Sikh narrative. The petitioners thus seek directions to the Union Government and Central Board of Film Certification to call for all the records and documents of the examination committee as well as the review committee of the film and to cancel the certificate issued to it for a release in public domain. It also seeks direction to delete the alleged scenes targeting the Sikh community. If you wish to know more details about the cases that I mentioned here, you can visit our website at www.livelaw.in. Stay ahead with quick legal updates only on Live Law. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe and support us. You can also support us by donating through the thanks button at the bottom of our videos or consider becoming a member at just 89 rupees per month.